So first of all, figured this out. It was this button right here. Second of all, let's get into actually loading some different sounds on the piano, and I'll just do one video on that. This is how you switch views right here, or press tab. That's what I always do. So let's double click this and just see what we're working with. Okay, we got a piano, and I know that at one point for this part, let's see. You hear that high thing? I want to load that into their right pinky, and well, we'll see if it fits with how far up the octave is. But I want to get that on the pinky. So what I am going to do is I'm going to have to add something on top of these two sounds, and then split it. But that starts with just creating a new chain with these sounds. So if you hold Alt Option, you can just drag the entire instrument rack into a different one, and there it is, identical. Let's rename it piano / lead. Now, so I made these leads earlier. Let's talk about just loading them up into the plugins. So one of them is an FM8, so we're going to do this FM8, and there's our plugins, and we just drag that right underneath into that instrument rack. And an instrument rack is exactly what it sounds like if you don't know. And then I saved it earlier, so I'm going to open sound, and I'm going to go into my patches, and then here it is. There should be a folder for FM8. There isn't yet. This is the first one I've saved from it so far. So there's that. And we can test it out by clicking play on 2 and making sure this is yellow. M is to toggle that, or obviously just click it. Cool. That sounds good. And it's on top of the thing. And then the other one is an absinthe. So you don't need to know any of this, but there's that. And then we're going to do the same thing. File, open sounds, and this one is in absinthe. So you are mine too. There it is. So that, yeah, those two sounds are there. Let's solo those out. Command click to solo multiple. And actually, let's just solo one. So we'll start with that. There it is. We'll start with this one. There's going to be 2 delays on it, a dotted eighth and a quarter. So let's go to audio effects and echo. Well, I guess just drag it right in. Now this will come with this repitch thing on. I've made it so that it comes with it off. Always turn that off, or else it'll make weird noises when you change tempos. So let's make this the dotted eighth one. So eighth, and then yours will probably come dotted. I made it so that it comes with notes. So cool. That's doing what we want. That's great. I think that's it for that. So let's just drag another one to the right of it. Bamzo. And then quarter. And what we're looking for, and then notes. What we're looking for is ding, 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 like that. There we go. Cool. Now let's shift click that, and then let's just create Command G to make it into a full instrument by itself. And then we press this, and then save it as you are mine 1. And then I'm going to drag that into my folder. There's an easier way to do this, which I'll do. Oh wait, no, it's in song sounds. Which I'll do on the next one. And I don't have a folder for you or mine yet, but I will eventually. I'll make a folder out of them. And then let's just do that same thing. And those delays were all right, so I'm just going to shift click, then alt click right here. Just drop it right on the right there. So now when we solo this one, it should have the exact same thing. Yeah, you probably can't hear that well, but let's see if I can. There it is. Cool. And we'll save this one. So shift click all your effects. And actually, I'm going to put a compressor on this one because this one has a tough time coming through. So compressor, I like this preset, mildly aggressive. And now it should have a little more volume and a little more punch. There it goes. And that way we can hear the delays a little better and whatnot. And yeah, so we're going to click this, shift click the last thing, Command G to group it, and then instead of doing it this way, I'm going to do it the way I actually do it, which is I'll name it here, Command R, you are mine 2, and then we will bring it into the user library, just click and drag into whatever, and then you can shift click that, control click, and apparently you can't make a folder out of it, so I'll do that later. Now what we want is for it to only be on the right side of the right hand. So there's this feature right here, key, and you can make this start wherever it needs to. So the lowest note, now let's command click this S. This would be a lot easier with a, cool. It doesn't go that high. And it goes exactly 1 octave, which might actually give us trouble. But let's just say it's fine. Oh, see, I dragged it too far. So yeah, you're going to hear the piano, pad, and both those sounds when you play this note. But if you play this note, you're only going to hear the piano pad. Like that. Yeah. So hopefully, like when you hit the highest one, it's going to hit that one too, because you're going to hit that guy with your finger, or that guy. So that's the highest note that riff gets, and that's the lowest. So if it stays within an octave, you can basically guarantee that only their pinky is going to be playing it. With this one, there's going to be that one note that you're going to get that on that note and that note, but I think that's all right. I think that will do it. Sometimes I will group this whole thing and then save it as you are mine keys. So let's actually just do that. So I think it's already all selected once you select this. So let's Command R, you are mine keys. Bam. And then we just drag that into, I'll just put it in there. Which I guess means I could delete these two, huh? Because those are coming in. Psh, gonzo. Alright. And then if you want to, you know, if you make a little adjustment, say you do something like that, and you want to save over it, you can either press the save button here or drag it right back in, and then press enter, and it'll be like, you want to replace that? You say yeah, and then there is that. So let's